Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
What's going on, guys? It's Filthy and I'm back with another video. Now, BlizzCon 2019 was absolutely incredible if you are a Diablo fan. D4 looks amazing. The cinematic trailer and the gameplay trailer really did hit the right note. I've put a video up about 7 awesome things from Diablo 4, so if you are interested, go check that out. I'll link it in the description. In fact, we've had so much Diablo 4 information that I completely overlooked the fact that we got a brand new Diablo Immortal gameplay trailer and also a blog post about the game and its current state. So I thought we'll go through the trailer, react to it, and have a little chat about the blog post and cover that today. Before we do jump in, I just want to welcome anyone who's new to the channel. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. I'm going to be covering lots of D4 news. I've got lots of content recorded that I want to go through. I've got the upcoming Diablo 3 season, and also Diablo Immortal is something that I will be covering as well. So basically, guys, if you like Diablo, do consider subscribing. As always, a thumbs up is greatly appreciated. Now, BlizzCon 2018 and 2019 couldn't have been further apart. Absolutely chalk and cheese. So obviously in 2018 they brought Immortal as their big release. This was on the main stage. It was the kind of keynote of the Diablo universe for the event, and everybody was pretty upset. Understandably, hardcore PC audience. We got a mobile game. It wasn't what anybody wanted. Booing, the whole "do you have phones" meme. It was just an unmitigated disaster, really. So it's very nice to see BlizzCon 2019 has learnt some lessons from that. They've pretty much rolled with Diablo 4, and they didn't make any announcements that I could really pick up in BlizzCon, specifically in any of the presentations, that Diablo Immortal was getting any attention at all. In fact, I was kind of worried after the opening night that maybe it was cancelled, but that's simply just because I'd overlooked this post. Now, on the 1st of November, they did actually release a Diablo Immortal blog update, basically saying this is what's happening with the game. So guys, the blog post is linked in the description, so I'm not going to read it verbatim, but basically it says that Diablo Immortal is a mobile MMO ARPG. So we probably knew that already, so again it just flashes out what it is: loot driven ARPG on your phone. So what's going to make Diablo Immortal different? Well, they're really pushing the MMO angle, embracing multiplayer. They still want people to enjoy the game solo, but it will thrive with multiplayer features. Persistent shared zones, 4-player instance dungeons, full guild support, social systems and much more. So very much a kind of social game. The story will be fitting in somewhere in between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. The Sanctuary recovers from the aftermath of Baal's invasion and the destruction of Mount Arreat. So that sounds pretty interesting. You know, story-wise, I love Diablo lore, so you know, even if it's just for the cinematics, I probably will be playing the game. So the story will be that we will ally ourselves with the remnants of the Horodrim, trying to fight for the control of the World Stone. So yeah, sounds pretty interesting. So currently they've got 6 classes: Barbarian, Crusader, Demon Hunter, Monk, Necromancer and Wizard. So it looks like the Witch Doctor has been cut from the Diablo 3 roster. Interestingly, it says currently, so that kind of indicates that there might be more classes coming in the future. That could be very cool, particularly if this was tied into Diablo 4, so we ended up with classes that are going to come from that. Obviously that's just speculation, but we can all keep our fingers crossed. So at BlizzCon there's a playable demo with some extra bits and bobs. So there's a really nice video here of some of the skills. Demon Hunter does look pretty cool. It's a very popular class in Diablo 3, so very happy that that's making its way in. Wizard, again, also a very popular class, so a bit of frozen orb kind of action going on there. So let's have a look at the trailer and see what we're in store for. Now, I watched it a few times. It is very reminiscent of Diablo 3, which I personally think is a good thing. I enjoy Diablo 3 a lot, and if we're going for the mobile, more casual market, then I think it makes sense. So these are some of the new zones that are showing off, and as you can see, it does look aesthetically very similar to D3. Got some blue enemies on screen there, so we're going to get a return of elites, which is nice. Spiders, poison, classic D3 things. The TAMOE mountain, again, this reminds me an awful lot of the first act in Diablo 3, so monasteries, that type of thing. And then this zone, the ASHWOLD cemetery, looks an awful lot like Reaper of Souls, West March, that type of thing. Now, we did know the Demon Hunter was going to be in the game, but again, it just looks cool. You know, it's nice, big wolves, skeletons, the physics engine looks quite nice, being able to jump over enemies looks pretty cool. And it looks like we're going to get world events, so similar to D4, giant boss or some kind of notification that we're going to have a big battle with many players, or maybe 4, maybe it'll be limited for the mobile, but some form of co-op. Now, legendary items are coming to the game. These all look really cool. No real indications to how the gear system is going to work. Fingers crossed it's not pay to win and microtransactions, but this looks really cool. In his palm. And Barb, this looks absolutely sick. It's a good whack with the Hammer of the Ancients there. Now we're also going to get ultimate moves. These look like huge special powers that wipe the screen. So a load of bone spirits come out of the Necro there. Demon Hunter, some kind of like multi-shot rune. And then big lightning blast from the wizards. This all looks cool. This all interests me. Monk looks great. I love the way the screen blurs as you whack stuff in the face. And then Crusader looks like he's got a massive shield, whacking enemies. And Barb going to town with a huge axe. So that all looks pretty good to me. So let's just have a little check and see where the trailer's up to. So yeah, half and half upvotes. I'll vote. Let's like it. But yeah, it's still not very popular. 50-50 on the old upvotes and downvotes. So we come to some important questions, and this is obviously the big one. When will I be able to play Diablo Immortal? So there is no announcement at this time, no set date. It says that they take significant time to meet the Blizzard quality level. Now, NetEase, the developers of this game, because Blizzard have outsourced it, indicated months ago that this was finished. The game looks pretty polished to me. It does look in a pretty good state. You can sign up for it. I've already done that a while ago. So presumably we'll get some kind of testing or beta, but again, no details on that. This is another big one as well. Will there be microtransactions? And this is basically not confirmed or denied. So they say, we want to focus on a great game first. That said, we know that the business model is top of people's minds, which I think is fair. That's probably true. Too early to share details, but we want to make it a game that people love and support it for years to come. So that's interesting. That indicates that they want this as to be an IP moving forwards. They want it to be there for many years. Content support, patches, updates, all that kind of stuff. Now generally that's going to require microtransactions. It will require ongoing monetization, and really I suppose that will live and die as to whether the game is good, because if it is, people will pay. People will buy transmog skins and all that kind of stuff. If the game's bad, if it's boring, if it just doesn't work on a phone, then maybe the level of support might not be there. What will support for Diablo Immortal look like after launch? So there's going to be ongoing content and events, so hopefully that's new classes, new maps and world events. After launch they expect to continue to support regular content updates, including balance changes, zones, dungeons, bosses, loots, stories and even new classes. So there we go, new classes is confirmed. Dozy bugger, I should have read that a bit better earlier. So that's pretty cool. I think that all sounds very interesting. Balance changes, that makes it sound to me like there's going to be some form of competition, some kind of leaderboard, so maybe rifts will return, rifting on the phone, that could be pretty interesting. But all in all guys, I really like the look of this. I wasn't entirely sure whether it was a game that I was going to be putting much time in, but I think as a kind of like a make weight in between Diablo 3 and Diablo 4, I certainly think it could work. I'm excited to try, I'm open-minded, I do want to have a good look at it. Now obviously we still have Diablo 3, next season will be starting probably very soon, so we've got plenty of D3 videos to make, plenty of D4 videos, and obviously when this does come out I will sign up for the beta and I will try it. So yeah, stick around, subscribe if you want some more Diablo content. Thanks for watching, thanks for staying to the end if you have, and as always guys, thumbs up is appreciated. I'll catch you with some more Diablo videos very soon. Peace.